driving test in Nuneaton on the 7th of May on 2025. So this year, 7th of May. And this is a real driving test with a real examiner and a real learner. And that's who's in the car today. I'm not in the car with them. She requested that not to happen, and that's fine. As we're going over the speed bump here, speed limit goes to 30. We're on Vernon's Lane, as we always are, facing away from the roundabout. And that's going to take us down towards Beaumont Road, which is where you always have to go. And from Beaumont Road, you're going to turn left then, aren't you, into Countess Road. So that's the only way you can go. So in Nuneaton, we're quite lucky in that we always know the first 3 roads that we're going to be driving down. And it just makes life a little easier, because then you can use this little time to settle in and kind of calm any nerves and just, focus on what you need to focus on, which is what's happening ahead of the car. So here we are, we're on Beaumont Road, and from Beaumont Road you can only go left from here. So that's what's going to happen. She'll check her mirrors and signal, sort the speed and the gear out, and now she's going to go around into Countess Road. As you come into Countess Road, you'll see that it's pretty clear, apart from the parked car. But she's going to make a little bit of progress along this road, already settled nicely in, and we're going to turn right at the end of the road here. Now on this test, she's going to make one fatal mistake, just one. It comes around halfway within the test, but before that, she's going to drive very, very well. And after that, she's going to drive very, very well as well. So it's a shame, really, but she has booked another test, and she's managed to get one in June. So hopefully we'll be bringing another video for you for her test in June, and she'll pass that one, and everything will be okay. So at the end of this road, we're going to turn left and then take the second right. So the first right is Fife Street. And that's quite close. In fact, you can see it on the screen here now. She's just waiting for a gap in the traffic. And when a gap comes along, then she'll move out. And here we go. So that's the first right there, Fife Street. Don't want that one, we want the second one. And if you have a look, can you see where the speed camera is? It's just around about here. It's called Duke Street. And Duke Street is the first trickiness, really, about this test route. And Duke Street is quite an important one to practice on if you have got a test in Nuneaton, because as you turn into Duke Street here, you're immediately coming onto an unmarked crossroads. Now, unmarked crossroads are very dangerous, and what you'll see our learner do is slow right down. So she'll creep up, look, and then creep over. And that's what you must always do on unmarked crossroads, because everybody has priority. And nobody hardly ever does that. They just go careering through. So they're very dangerous junctions. There are 3 unmarked crossroads that I know to in Nuneaton. So try and find them and try and practice on them, because that one, the one on Duke Street, crops up quite a lot. So we're going to come to the end of this road here now. And at the end, we're going to turn right. There's another junction just on the right there, but here we are, we're turning right at the end of Duke Street. And I can't remember what this road is called, but we're only going to be on it for a few seconds. We're going to end up on Queen's Road. I'm going to turn left onto Queen's Road. And you'll notice on the screen that with the speed limit has now dropped again to 20. And Queen's Road is a 20-mile-an-hour road for most of it, isn't it? What we know about Queen's Road is that although there are lots of crossings, people do wander out, and there's one at any given time. So we have to look out for those. And there's always lots of traffic. It's always quite a busy little area of Nuneaton, actually, Queen's Road is. But we're going to go all the way to the end of it, and we'll be turning right at the traffic lights down there. Now, sometimes if you follow in the signs, they'll ask you to turn south on the ring road at this point, but there's someone else, look. But if not, and this is what's happened today, the examiner's just said at the traffic lights turn right. Now you can't hear the examiner on this video, you can't hear the learner or the background noise, and that's because they're having a chat about going on holidays and things, and that happened for most of the way around actually. So I'm not allowed to publish the this is interesting though. So they're going near side to near side here, which is absolutely fine, no problem with that, as long as you can make sure that it's safe too. All the books will tell you to go offside to offside. You'll see that nobody ever really does that. So go with what's happening really. So near side to near side was fine there. Yeah, they were talking about holidays and I can't publish that. Anyway, something else is going to happen here now. Just after these lights, there's some hatched lines on the road. And she's going to stay out of those, so that's brilliant. But she will need the left lane, so she'll have to change lanes. And she's going to check a mirror, signal, mirror again, and move over. And that's brilliant, isn't it? Okay. Again, you will have to take my word that that happened, because you can't hear it, but it did. Because she didn't fail on that bit, didn't even get a mark. Now we're looking at the road, the arrows on the road going straight ahead, and she's chosen the centre lane, which is the correct one. The arrows on the road will crop up later in the video and on this test, and it will be where she makes a crucial mistake. Anyway, we're coming off of the roundabout now, and these lights are just turning onto red. Now, one thing about Nuneaton is the town centre is surrounded by a ring road, and people tend to live just outside of the ring road, so there's lots of crossings, and they're often very busy. So in fact, it's almost impossible to get all the way around without being stopped by a couple of these crossings. Anyway, there you go. So as we come along here, she's going to be asked to turn right at the roundabout, the next roundabout here. And this is the one where the library is on one side and the church is on the other side. We're going to turn away from the library and toward the church. So that's a right turn from here. And it'll be the third exit. And now she's looking for a space or a blocker. And this time there isn't one. It looked like there might be a space there, but there's a black van filling it in, and so she's just having to wait, and that's fine, isn't it, if you have to wait. And now she's going to move on. So she's gone in after the last car, so she's gone in behind, which is exactly what you need to do. And again, she'll be checking her left mirror, signalling left mirror again, very important, and then moving off. So that left mirror again, that's your lifesaver look. Don't miss it. Always do it. At some point, it will prevent you from having an accident. At some point in your life, I promise it will. And one day, you'll check that mirror and you'll say, "Oh, thanks, Sean. I took your advice there." I'm sure that's going to happen as well. Anyway, there's lots of speed bumps on this road, and they're quite high and quite horrible. So we're going to go quite carefully over those. There's a low bridge here, and there's a speed bump just before and just after as well. So we'll see that, won't we, as the car goes up and down. We've just gone over the one before, and there's one just after as well. And here it is. You want to be doing about 10 miles an hour as you're going at the point you're going over those speed bumps. And we're coming up to where the shop is now, and we're going to follow the road ahead at this next roundabout here. Just checking to see if anyone's turning right in front of us. No, that's fine, and then we can carry on. So that's the last of the speed bumps on this road, and now we can start to make some good progress along here. So far so good. She's not incurred any faults. Someone else just wandering out there. She's not accrued any faults now, any faults, and she's driving very, very, very well. So she's given a good account of herself, no problems. Everything in the car again is really relaxed. They're having a nice little chat between the two of them, and she's just driving along. So it's really nice test at this point. I have to praise the examiner for that as well, because she's making it a nice atmosphere within the car, and that's very good, because this is not the most confident learner that we've ever seen. So that's great. Just coming up to a bit of a traffic queue, really, and she's slowing right down. She's keeping a nice space in front of the car there. It looks bigger than that space. Looks bigger than it is. It's just a camera angle, really. It does that. And whilst we're here, you'll notice on the screen there's a kind of shadow of the satnav. and you'll see the satnav is going to go on, so that's going to be the independent driving. That's not going to happen for a little while yet though. She's just creeping along with the traffic, and this is fine. She's keeping a nice distance. That was all quite smooth, wasn't it? There was no real jumpiness there. So she's controlling the gas and the clutch very, very well at this point. That's what that tells you. And she's moving, she's matching the pace of the people in front of her. So she's not losing any, she's not, making the space bigger in front really, although that's a little bit bigger. And she's not getting too close. So she's got that kind of balance of that really nice. As we come to the roundabout there, we're going to see which way she goes. Now this is a very, very busy roundabout normally, and it goes into 2 lanes here. So here's where she's going to need to choose her lane, and we can see from that she's choose the left lane, which now tells us she's either going to go left or straight ahead, second exit. She is actually going to go straight ahead, taking the second exit here towards, if you see the sign, towards Lutterworth and Bulkington. And she's just moving up with the traffic again. So she's doing great here actually. There's a crossing. Let's make sure we don't stop on top of that. That's fine. She can get right over there. No problem there. So everything is going very, very well. It's a busy day, isn't it, in Nuneaton when this on the 7th of May. So there we go. So now we're moving up again. Lovely weather as well. Anyway, now she's looking to see where the van is going to move on as well here. And again, we can see it's getting quite busy. If you look beyond the roundabout, that's quite busy as well. So maybe there's temporary lights up there. That's holding people up. Maybe it's just volume of traffic. Maybe there's a fire. Let's hope not. Okay, so we're moving up to the roundabout now. And she's looking for a space or a blocker at this point. And when she sees one of those 2 things, she will move forward. So quite a few cars coming around in front of us. Vehicles. I'm supposed to say vehicles. I keep getting told off. Don't say cars, Sean, because they're not all cars, Some of them are vehicles. Some of us are lorries and other things. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're going to take this exit off of here. Good. And we're away. And here we are in Highfield Road. And we're just following this road. Again, someone stepped out there. They're just making their way around their car. That's fine. And did you see that she slowed down a little bit there, giving that lady time to, get out of the way? And that's brilliant, isn't it? So that's good forward planning. And it's good awareness. And it's good, anticipation of the hazards that are forming. We're going to be taking the next second road on the right here. So there's the first one. The second one is just after this zebra crossing, and she's going a little bit quick now, but she's realised now where it is, and she's slowing down. And actually, more by luck than judgment, I'm going to say there, the road cleared for her, and she was able to go around. And this is nice. She's going to hold back a little bit there, let the white car come through, and then she's got a clear road, a clear run for herself. And this is where she's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left. And on the left, that's when you'll see a ghostly finger at the bottom of the screen there, just turning the sat-nav on. So the examiner is now, once we've stopped actually, she's not going to stop on the bus stop. No, good, that's fine. So once we've stopped here, there it is. And the examiner is now saying that this is going to be the independent driving section of the test, if you just follow the sat-nav basically. And that's what we're going to do, and you'll start to hear the sat-nav in a few seconds.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Okay, so there we go. So just around, so it's already warning us there's a roundabout there, and here it
cross
is.
The roundabout and take the second exit.
Second exit. So we're going to slow down again. We're looking for a space or a blocker. If we can see one of those 2 things, we're going to move on. Brilliant. So there's the first exit. We want the second one. There's the indicator going on. Brilliant. There you go. Good. So around we go. No problem at all. into this Donythorpe Avenue. And we're just following this road down. There's lots of speed bumps on this road as well. The thing about speed bumps is they hunt in packs, don't they? They do. They're kind of, where there's one, there's always another one and another one and another one.
Yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
I always think that, because they're all in the same place. I always think they're like the weird families. There's always a weird family in the street where the whole family lives on there, isn't there? And the grandma's got way too much influence over everyone. So we're going to follow the road ahead here, second exit. She's keeping a nice position on the road there, keeping well over to the left, although she's dipped in a little bit there. So there's a fault. There's a fault for road positioning. That wasn't bad enough for her to fail, because that's not what is written down, but that's definitely will have been marked down. Road positioning there on that roundabout. So we're pulling in on the left, and then we're going to drive on. This is a hill start, isn't it? There's always a hill start. You can hear the indicator. They're ready to pull out, and that's what's going to happen in a few seconds. We'll see if there's any rollback here. Hopefully there won't be. Let's see. It's quite busy. So it seems to be a busy time on this day around Nuneaton. No rollback there. Very, very good. Kept well away from the blue car. Everything about that was sound as a pound. No problem there. Going to get to the end of the road and turn left.
After 100 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
There you go. First exit
left
on the
roundabout and take the first exit.
First exit on the roundabout, turning left. And seems to be clear again. So we're going to go around. She's crept up, she's looked, she's creeping out. That's fine. We're on to Coventry Road now, and you know that this is the road that takes you down towards the Griff Island. Okay, so there's two lanes here. We're keeping in on the left lane. And let's just listen to what the satnav says next. It's just coming up. It's along this road.
Yards, go right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit.
So turn right on the roundabout, take the fourth exit. So at this point, our learner should be thinking, right, okay, I've got to turn right. The satnav has said that, and take the fourth exit. So at some point, I will need to change lanes into the right-hand lane. The only problem is that hasn't registered. So, and this is quite, anyone can do this. Anyone can make a mistake. It's not, there's no shame in this. It's just not registered that she'll need to change lanes. So she's carried on in this lane. And she's got an idea in her head, or this is what she said to me anyway. She had an idea in her head about where the satnav wanted her to go, but it wasn't there. And if you look at the arrow on the road here, it says you can go straight ahead or left from this lane. And then the lane she ends up in, you can only go left.
Turn right on the roundabout and take the fourth exit.
So there you go again, right in the roundabout, fourth exit, and you can see that's not what happened. In fact, she moved on from here, and she's going to switch lanes there without looking, without checking the mirrors, without indicating, and she's gone again in the wrong direction. So if she could have done that safely, she would have been fine. That lane change, she would have been fine. Or if she'd have gone the right way, she would have been fine. Or if she'd just gone around to the left with the lane, also she would have been fine. But none of those things happened, and that's where her problem was. And that's a shame. So it was the original thing of not realising, not registering that she would have to move over to the right. Now we're going the wrong way, and the examiner is asking her to change into the right hand lane and go right at the roundabout down here. And this is where now the examiner's kind of speaking to a lot, giving her lots of instructions just to try to get her back onto the correct route, so that they don't take an hour over the test, end up in Bedworth or somewhere. Again, she's looking for a space or a blocker. So she realises, she knows that she's made a mistake. She's realised that now, and she knows that this is not going to be a pass. But what she's done is she's kept going, and she's kept in a normal driving way of keep making a good account of herself here. She's just clipped the curb there, so that's a road marking fault there. Not curb, the road markings. It's a road marking fault. And they're going to turn right here, and this is where she's going to do her bay park. So she's just turning right. Now what we can say from this point on is we're no longer on the specified test route just because the learner has gone the wrong way. And what the examiner is going to do is find a way back to that route. So what we can say is that probably they would have ended up using this car park. So there's the Odeon Lux, and there's Tim Hortons. I've never been in there, all the pictures. But as we're coming around here, she's going to turn around to the right, and then she's going to reverse into one of the bays in this car park here. So you won't see many instructors using this car park, but they do use it from time to time on tests, depending on what route you're on. It's actually gone forward into a bay. So I got that wrong. There you go. She's gone forward into a bay. Do you know, this is the third time I've watched this video through, and I swear on the other two times she reversed in. You may have noticed that the satnav has moved now. So the examiner's actually turned that off because it's all out of sync. And she's going to ask our learner to reverse out of this bay, and she's just going to now follow the road according to the examiner's directions, but it will go back onto more or less the actual test route that they're meant to be on. So where we go out of this car park, it won't be the same as where we went in. It'll be a different exit, and it's just directly in front of us there now. We're going to turn right onto this main road here. So out of the car park, turning right here. Don't go left, please. No! Again! Oh, got it wrong again. There you go. She's turned left, and well, I'm just gonna let the video tell me now which way she's gonna go. I swear she's gonna turn right. Yes, there you go. He's gonna turn right onto the road just here now. There you go. Yeah, it's easy to make mistakes, isn't it? Then there's an example of two. Anyway, here we are. We're onto this main road, and this is taking us, it's St David's Way, and it's taking us back towards the Griff Island, past Starbucks and McDonald's, up that way. And she's going to be asked now, she's being asked now to go towards the Bermuda Industrial Estate. Okay, so we're going to move up to the line, or up to the roundabout here, in a kind of lane that's going to take us there. It will say Bermuda Est, and there, if you look on the road, it says Bedworth actually, and Hilltop. But anyway, there you go. So this is the lane, and we're going to follow this up to the roundabout now, and we'll be taking. I'm going to work this out. I bet you I get this wrong. So the first exit goes to Nuneaton. The second exit is going to go to the Bermuda Industrial Estate. and we'll be taking the second exit. The highway maintenance man needs a bit of a bigger space, doesn't he? Because he's got a lot of weight to get moving. So, and he's trundling along. And now it's our turn to see if we can move on. And we'll see that she's going to do that in a few seconds, just when the road clears. So did you see the mistake that she made? It was coming up to the island. She was asked to turn right, and she got herself into she stayed in the left lane. And then when she moved on, she changed lanes. So she made a couple of mistakes there. And at this point now, we're going down to the Bermuda, to where the train station is, past Hello Fresh, which has just laid off 900 people. 900 people have just lost their job from this place this workplace on the right there, on the left. There, yeah, 900. It's amazing, isn't it? Really, big hit to the economy of Nuneaton and Bedworth, probably. Anyway, this is a 30-mile-an-hour road all the way along. It's quite a long, wide road, and everything is set back, so it looks like it might be more, but it's not. It is actually a 30-mile-an-hour road, and it's a 30-mile all of the way along it. It's quite a long road. There's a train station on the right, and we're going to go past here Booker's, and we're going to go past Bloom and Wild as well, but we're just following this road here now. It's quite a long road. Another feature of this road is that you'll see there's double yellow lines the whole way along, so you're not allowed to park really on these on this road at all, and you can see that it's clear. I think that's because it's an industrial estate, lots of workplaces. People need to get in and out of their work, and also, you know, deliveries and things. So they like to keep these sorts of roads clear of parked cars, don't they? So we're going to go over the bridge. Now, this bridge has been opened recently. It's been about a couple of years maybe, to join these two areas of Nuneaton up. And it's done brilliantly, actually. It's took a lot of traffic away from other roads. So very, very good. So a decent town planning there from the Nuneaton Council. So that's a rare thing. That is a rare. Anyway, we're going to follow the road around here now, just along. I'm going to start to climb back up the hill towards the end of the road. You'll start to see where the factories will get less and the houses will get more, and that's when we're coming to the end of it. Quite bendy. So it's quite easy for our learner here not to make any mistakes, isn't it, really? Because she's just pointing the car, really. So if only the test was all like this, and everyone would pass, and everyone would be happy as a sandboy, I suppose. But we're coming up to the top of the brow of the hill now. And we're going to follow this road around, and we can see that the factories and the workplaces are ending. The houses and the residential part of this street has really kicked in. We'll come around the next bend, and then we're going to come to the end of the road. You'll just be able to make the end of the road out just about now. There's a van there. Is he going to pull out in front of us? Let's see. Is he waiting at a junction? It does look like that, doesn't it? Oh no, he's actually in his front yard, so that's fine. We're coming to the end of the road here now, and well, again, there's a little bit of a queue, not too much of a one. We've paused slightly there, and now we're going to move up with the traffic. We can see in front of us there are two cars waiting. So the white one has gone. The blue one, is he going to be able to go fairly soon? Let's have a look. We're going round to the left here when we get onto this new road. We're going to go left and then right. It's going to take us into the Raywoods. Just waiting at the line. You can see the light's gone to red. Pedestrians are crossing. Doesn't seem to have affected us. There you go. So that's what we're waiting for, that black car. And maybe someone is going to let us out now. You can't see from the video, can you? But there, obviously, someone has let us out. and we've gone left here, and then we're going to turn right into the Raywoods. That's it. This is a mini roundabout now. Just going to follow this around to the right there. She's gone around it. Good. There you go. Brilliant. All right. So in the Raywoods, and I always think this is a weird name for a street, but there it is. So lots of speed bumps here as well. Like I say, very sociable speed bumps are, aren't they? They always like to stick together. So where you see one, you'll definitely see more of them. So just be aware of that. Some of them are quite faded. Some of the markings on them are quite faded. You can't see them very well. So that's a good way of kind of just knowing that there's going to be some more if you've gone over the first one. These ones are quite clearly marked. And you can see that she's slowed down for that quite nicely. And then we're going to follow. And she'll dip down as well in a few seconds. And there's another one coming up here as well. Lots of speed bumps along this road. There you go. And some of them are there like just a little way in the road, so try and get the wheels evenly over those, just so there's less shock on the car. And now again there's another speed bump here. They're just pulling in on the left anyway. You know, they'll get you to do this maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the test, and you know, for different reasons really. The examiner's just saying now drive on when you're ready, and all she's doing then is she's just waiting for a space, a space in the road that she can move into, one that means she's not going to make anybody slow down or stop or swerve or steer. And it seems that maybe she could have gone in that gap, so there was a little bit of hesitation, so that's a minor fault for you as well. She maybe could have gone in that gap there, but let's just see when she does actually go. It's quite a busy road. It seems to have been a busy day, doesn't it, on this day when she's taking this test here. Very busy. Don't normally see it like busy like this, not this road anyway. And away we go. She's took a little time to get into that space as well, really, hasn't she? So maybe that's something, you know, in between now and when our next test is, we need to work on. We'll definitely have a look at that with her. When we come to the end of this road, now end tests, you can either go left or right here. Either way is going to take you back toward the test centre. At this point, we're going to go left. And so if you do go left at the end of this Raywoods, you'll be turning left and then right, and that will take you into Umberland Avenue, Northumberland Avenue. That's the purples on the Monopoly. I think it's purples. Is it purples or blue? Can't remember. Anyway, Northumberland Avenue. There we go. Lots of speed bumps on this one as well. And again, this is now, we're in a 20 mile an hour zone. The 20 zone here on Northumberland. So she's just paused a little bit there. She's turning right into this next road on the right here. And down this next road, they're going to do an emergency stop. The Range Rover has just flashed his lights to let her in. And she's going to be asked to pull in and park on the left just along here then. Okay, good. So now the examiner is saying, well, we're going to set off and then we're going to stop as if in an emergency. I want you to, when I give you the signal to stop, you know, stop immediately and under control. And so when the road is clear, and this road isn't that busy, when the road is clear, she'll be able to move on. The examiner's also saying, don't worry at this, just on this occasion, at what's behind you. Examiner will look out for that. Just concentrate on your stopping. So you'll see the car come to an abrupt stop quite soon. Over the speed bump. Examiner's waiting to see if the van gets out of the way. Gone quite a long way down this road for this, actually. There it is. Good. And that was a nice stop. Nicely controlled. Now the thing here is to make sure you look over your shoulders again before you move off, and then just really calm everything down and then just carry on. You'll probably realise that we're coming towards the end of the test here now. This is Granby Street, by the way, and we're coming down to the end of it, and we're going to end up on Tomkinson Road. So all of this area is a 20-mile-an-hour zone, isn't it? Just waiting for the car ahead to finish its manoeuvring, and another one to come through. Can you notice the van in front of us? It's got a brace on the wheel there. So that's either an anti-theft thing, or it's a, yes, it's just an anti-theft one. Yeah, it's not one of those that's been put on by the traffic wardens. We're going to go left at the end of this road. There we are, we're on Granby Street. We're quite close to the end of the test. We're turning left onto Tomkinson Road. We've just done our emergency stop here. Any second. That's it, good, and away we go. This is Tomkinson Road. And then we're going to be turning right onto Barpool here. This is a very, very, very tight roundabout, isn't it? And they don't mind if you drive over it a little bit, just as long as you made the effort to go round. That's it, good. And away we go along this road here now as well. This is just around the corner from the test centre. We know that she's not passed. We know that, don't we, because of the fault from before. We saw a little bit of a hesitation when pulling away, and we definitely saw clipped the road markings when she came off one of the roundabouts turning right. So that's something that we're going to need to work on in between now and a next test, which is in June. So she's done very well to get another one, and it's in Nuneaton. And hopefully we can update you on that test as well. But for the moment, they're going to pull in and park on the left. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that useful. Certainly, I don't see many instructors go up and down Duke Street, so maybe that's worth mentioning if that's not what you're doing. It could be just that I've been there when no one else is there. I'm sure that might be the case. But thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.